Hello everyone, I'm Akhilesh and in this video I'm going to talk about analog front end for Li-Fi receiver. I'll be talking about a simple trans-impedance amplifier based on op-amp to achieve this. So let's get started. As you might be aware about Li-Fi technology, it's an optical communication technology where we transmit signals in the form of light pulses. Logic 1 is high light pulse and logic 0 is no light pulse. So at the receiver side, we need a method such that we can convert this light pulses into electrical impulses or electrical signals. So for that purpose, we'll be using photodiode. So in this project, we'll be using photodiode SFH203P and we have to bias this photodiode. And the output of this photodiode will be in the form of current. So we need to convert this current into voltage such that we can process that voltage further. So we'll be using configuration called trans-impedance amplifier as shown here. So this circuit is most commonly used circuit for Li-Fi receivers or optical communication receiver. It's very simple. It just has dual supply op-amp. This op-amp is TL081IC. It's a 3 MHz wideband trans-impedance amplifier configuration. At the initial state, we have a photodiode SFH203P configured in reverse bias configuration using this 1 kilo ohm of resistor. So the output of this photodiode will be a photocurrent. Now we have to convert this photocurrent into electrical signal or voltages, and that is what this trans-impedance amplifier is doing. Now this photodiode is biased with 5 volt of reverse bias, and we have RF, that is feedback resistor, and CF, that is feedback capacitor. Now the gain of this configuration is dependent on the value of RF, and the choice of this value of RF is very critical because it affects two parameters, gain and bandwidth. As we know that the gain bandwidth product of any op-amp is constant, and in this case it is 3 MHz because gain bandwidth product of TL081 is 3 MHz. Now if we increase the value of RF, it will of course increase the gain of the circuit, but on the other hand it will reduce the bandwidth of the circuit, and vice versa. That is, if we reduce the RF value, we can get a good bandwidth, but we will reduce gain in this case. So there's a trade-off between these two, and the value of RF depends on your configuration or your requirement, what bandwidth you require and what kind of gain you require, because we usually require a lot of gain to achieve good SNR at the receiver side, but it's not the case because if we increase the gain, the bandwidth is going to drop. So the choice of RF is very much important. Then we have a CF, that is feedback capacitor, in parallel with RF. The work of this feedback capacitor is limit the bandwidth, or if your circuit has some oscillation at the output waveform, the CF tries to limit the bandwidth or it can reduce the oscillations. Now at the output side, we'll be getting the voltage equivalent of the current developed at the receiver side. So in this way, the light energy or the signals in the form of lights are converted into electrical signals in the form of voltages. So this is the application of this I to V conversion circuit. It's a pretty simple circuit. Now at the output of this trans-impedance amplifier will be a voltage signal, but it will be distorted. There will be a lot of noise in it. Now our task is to reduce that noise and to shape that signal properly so that we can process it further. I am using two decoupling capacitors for the power line noise reduction, both at +5 supply and -5 supplies. Typical value of these capacitors can be 0.22 microfarad. Now here's the complete circuit for end-to-end solution. After trans-impedance amplifier, we are using high-pass filter. Now the application of this high-pass filter is to reduce the DC noise or the DC level in the incoming signal, because our receiver can be anywhere. It can be inside the room or it can be outside. So ambient light will be noise for our circuit, and this will be the DC signal generated. This ambient noise or ambient light generates a DC value. So we can eliminate that noise using this high-pass filter. Now after the high-pass filter, our waveform will be shifted to symmetrical around ground so that we can use comparator easily, setting the comparison value or the reference to ground so that we can get a proper output or the shaped waveform at the output of this comparator. So the comparator that we'll be using is LM361. It's a dual comparator. It provides a complementary output. So it's pretty useful in this case. So here are some waveforms that I got out of this circuit after testing it. So the first waveform is a clock that I use to generate a random signal or a PRBS signal, which is waveform number 2. The third waveform is a transimpedance output waveform, or the output after high pass filter. You can see it's symmetrical around ground, but you can see there is a noise corresponding to each level, that is level 0 and level 1. So we can eliminate that noise just by thresholding this signal with the help of LM361 comparator as we just saw. And if we threshold this circuit, we get the waveform number 4, which is pretty much clearer and shaped waveform, and the logic levels are very much clear. And you can use this waveform to process it further or to get the information out of it. So this was the simplest analog front end for any LiFi receiver or optical communication receiver. Choice of RF is very much important, and the gain bandwidth product limitation is also important thing to consider about. The high pass filter is also important because it affects the way we threshold the signal. So thanks for watching, and if you like such more content, don't forget to subscribe my channel and like my video. Thanks.